What's up, Foundation? Today we have some exciting news. We are going to take a look at our first look at Kamen Rider 01. The press conference just ended. You might notice I'm wearing headphones and kind of talking a little quiet. It's quite late at night. The conference just ended and I wanted to get my thoughts out immediately, but I do record outdoors, so I don't want to be yelling for the neighbors sleeping. But anyway, I have the trailer and I have my headphones in because I'm going to be listening to it and watching it and talking about my thoughts, and then we'll go over anything else that went over in the press conference. But let's take a look at this trailer and we'll try to sync up starting now. So here we see the flunkies.
Authorize. Probe rise. Rise. Rising hopper.
There he is, 01. So we get a little of the background music as well as he is fighting. And then so there's a little stage performance of him fighting these villains. The basic villains of this series, the putty, as I always equate them to, because I started on Mighty Morphin. What can I say?
Code rise key confirmed. Ready to utilize. Falcon's ability.
Falcon's ability. So that's a suitcase sword. We don't see it go from suitcase to sword, but we do see him using it with the Flying Falcon in theory. That's a prop weapon, not the toy weapon. And now we'll get to see the actual trailer for the show. First, this very Marvel intro. So that looks a lot like the mech that he gets. This is some sort of android cyborg thing. Everybody's got Cyberman headgear on for those Doctor Who fans out there. So here's 01 with who I assume is his assistant. I call her the assistant. So 01 is Tony Stark. He is in charge of hidden intelligence. He's Aruto Hidden. Kamen Rider 01. But it is very Tony Stark. So here's Assistant Green, as I like to call her. And this is, I've been calling him Straight Man Cop. He's definitely the straight man of the series. And then here we have Vulcan and Valkyrie. Vulcan and Valkyrie are part of this AIMS unit, who are also fighting the villains. It's very reminiscent of Kamen Rider Amazons. The gun separates from the belt and it's a gun. I was wondering about that. Riders, and then here we have the villains, Jin and Hirobi. And so for this first bit, they seem to put a card in and have some sort of different henshin. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's nothing that we saw from the catalog scans.
一人だけそれを止められる男がいる。じゃあ
変身。俺の名は01。
I'm interested to see that belt in action.
企業のナンバーワン社長ライダー01。
The cards, the key, the progress keys are a pretty good size. I have to admit.
01から令和元年が始まる。
お前を止められるのはただ一人。俺だ。
新番組仮面ライダー01。9月1日日曜午前9時テレビ朝日系にてスタート。
So that's it, Kamen Rider 01 from the press conference. And then if we look here, I have put up a picture that I'm pulling up on my computer now. And this is a picture that I took during the press conference. It's of all the actors that were announced sitting there. Now, I don't speak Japanese or understand Japanese, so a lot of my thoughts, I can take these out now, a lot of my thoughts are going to be just kind of what I'm seeing. But I'll go through my tweets and stuff. I'll leave the picture up, it's still loading on my computer, so I will just move on to going through some of my tweets, because I live tweeted the entire thing to kind of keep my thoughts together. A lot of English from the belt and the weapon. It says a lot of words. During his on-screen henshin, the actor for 01, we heard some more of the sounds, and at the end of the henshin it does this like quote, and I'm not sure if each progress key is going to get, each form is going to get a different thing, but it said it's for Rising Hopper, and it's a jump to the sky turns into a rider kick, and I really liked that. So in this picture, real quick, we'll work from left to right. If left is the man in the suit, the suit man, I was calling him a cop. He looks a lot like cops from like Agato and Kuga and stuff, but he's definitely some sort of straight man. He's part of the business, hidden intelligence. He's got a little blue lapel pin just like 01 has. Next to him is Kamen Rider Valkyrie, and then Kamen Rider Vulcan. He's very soldiery, and he's got the blue and stuff. Then we have Jin. He's got a magenta like rope belt or something. And then there's 01. He's got the yellow shoes, which are kind of the giveaway thing, but him having the red sweatshirt with the yellow shoes be his thing, the red and yellow together, kind of gives even more of that Tony Stark feel. Next to him is Hirobi, and then next to him is Assistant Green. So these are the people I will discuss as we're going through. So yeah, he's a very Tony Stark character. The enemies are some sort of terrorist group, and I'm really curious about that first Kaijin type henshin that I saw them do. There's none of that has been in the toy catalogs, which is crazy to think. Yeah, like why wouldn't they have that very basic looking thing come out right away to buy? Like toys, man. The reporter from the announcement video was kind of like the host, and she did a lot of talking. I heard her mentioning AI, so I imagine it has to do with that android in the beginning. Not 100%. The cast seems very nice. They're very fun. The actors all seem to be in very high spirits, very excited about being part of the role. 01 gives me a lot of wizard vibes. He seems very confident and seems like kind of, I already get everything, I don't need any help type of guy. I'm just kind of going through the trailer. To me, felt very build. The show feels very build from the beginning, and maybe just because like it's not anywhere near Zeo, Xaid, Drive, Ghost, like, but we're still in like a business building, or it almost seems like a research building, kind of like how Build started. And then with the villains that we know are going to be henching, they already have that Bloodstalk and Night Rogue vibes, so we will see. I really liked Vulcan and Valkyrie, their actors. I think were my favorites so far. If you notice during the trailer, the Progrise key, it's in card mode, and he holds it in the spot on the belt, and it seems to read it from there. I'm not sure if it's actually clicking or doing anything in the belt, or if it's just holding it in front of it. And then he opens up the key into key mode, and you saw it do like the sound, jumping hopper or whatever. And then he puts it in the belt, and the belt seems to move. I have to watch it another like 6 or 7 times after I'm done recording this while this is rendering. Just because my brain immediately needs to figure out, what is that belt doing? What is going on? How does that work? And I probably won't be able to figure it out from the trailer. I usually don't. It usually has to be the first video. But yeah, a jump to the sky turns into a rider kick at the end of the henshin. It was really, really cool. We heard the theme song a bit. They talked about it. They did a lot of talking that I was not able to understand. So once things get translated, since this was a YouTube video, the fan translators usually have pretty quick access to it. So we'll see. People I know on Twitter, or I'm already reading people explaining things. On 8/25 is going to be the Baton Pass event, where I thought it was going to be when he shows up in Zeo, but somebody corrected me on Twitter that it's the Baton Pass event on 8/25, and that, will be a big deal. Because in Japan this is passing from Heisei to Reiwa, so that Baton Pass will probably be a humongous event. Hopefully we get some more stuff on the toys before then. But that's all I got for you now. I gotta get this rendering and get this uploaded so you can see it at dawn. Get this out as quick as possible. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go to foundationpineapple.com. Check out the Twitter. And I'll see you on the next morning show. Coming at you real soon, probably.